Well, they were found malnourished and near death. 2 others were already dead. Earlier this year, 5 sled dogs were rescued from a property in Valley County. But instead of just rehabbing in a local shelter, the uniqueness of these dogs meant they would probably do better with some specialized care from someone who knew what they could be. That someone was found next door in Oregon, and those dogs are this close to a comeback. Bit of warning here, you're about to see some graphic pictures of mistreated dogs, but Aspen Shumpert has their story of recovery.
Being on the back of the sled is the payoff for all the work you do with the dogs.
That's how dog sled musher Trevor Van Langendon from Oregon says he feels when he's competing with a pack.
You stand back there and you watch the dogs do the thing that they're born and bred to do. There's a certain peace that you find out on the trail with the dogs.
He says the mushing community across the region runs strong, which is how he fits into this Idaho dog rescue story. In February, Valley County Sheriff's deputies seized 5 Alaskan huskies after a complaint of alleged animal cruelty. Court documents show 2 other dogs on the property died from the neglect, all allegedly deprived of food, water, and shelter over a 6-week period at the beginning of this year.
It was hard at first.
Officers took the surviving dogs to McPaws Regional Animal Shelter in McCall for care. Ashley Colglazer is the manager there.
When they came in, they were super malnourished, super dehydrated. One of them tried to eat a cell phone.
The smallest dog, Tosca, weighed just 27 pounds when she arrived. Colglazer says the 4 others, Reggie Sterling, Sox, and Zuma, weren't far off from that, all nearly half the healthy weight they should be.
They were so anxious about eating that they would just scarf down their food, so we had to get them slow feeders. At the beginning, they were really shy, really reserved, but as soon as they realized that we're the ones feeding them, we're the ones giving them that outside enrichment, they turned around and they became our best friends.
Before Seas, the Huskies had been in the care of former musher and McCall man Kevin Doherty. He raced in the 2020 Idaho Sled Dog Challenge, placing 10th in the 100-mile race, and again in 2023, placing 5th.
I could still see that light in their eye, like they still want to fight to get better.
Over 2 months, the shelter staff nursed all 5 dogs back to health with specialized diets and round-the-clock care.
They were totally different dogs when they left us. They were happy to jump in the truck. They knew exactly what kind of truck it was, and they were like, all right, I'm jumping in my box.
That is Van Langendon's truck.
I had tears of joy. He came into the yard with all 5 of the huskies, and he just sat on the ground and just had them come up to him, and he was super respectful of their boundaries.
We were kind of a perfect landing spot for them. And in the mushing community, these kind of things do not happen very often. And when they do, on the rare occasion that they do happen, we like to keep the dogs within the community.
It was really exciting to see, and it was really nice to find somebody who understands these types of dogs.
The dogs have been with Van Langendon since April.
Reggie and Tosca.
He says they are settling in well, joining 70 other dogs, part of their sled dog operation. Van Langendon says he's taking their recovery slowly and seriously.
Good girl.
The dogs give us so much, especially as mushers. They bring us so much happiness in our lives, and they give us a purpose to be out on the trail. We wouldn't be out on the trail if it weren't for the dogs, and so we have a responsibility to give them excellent care and love and attention.
A judge has prohibited Doherty from possessing any new dogs. He has pled not guilty to all 7 counts of the animal cruelty. If found guilty, the maximum penalty for a first offense of animal cruelty is 6 months in jail and a fine of up to $5,000. Now, the new owner of these dogs, Van Langendon, says he hopes to bring these 5 dogs back to the Idaho Sled Dog Challenge when they are ready. McPaws Shelter says if they are able to make their way back up there, they're going to be cheering them on and hopefully give them a big hug at the end as well.
That would be cool if they showed up for the Sled Dog Challenge up there in McCall. Okay, so what do we know about the case of this animal cruelty.
Very little details. We did do some public records requests with the county. Those did get denied. We haven't got to see the police report. We haven't got to see the investigation findings. So we don't really know what those conditions were when officers arrived there. We don't know if the owner was on the property during those 6 weeks. We don't know if the dogs were training during then. We know they didn't race in 2024, so that last time was 2023, so maybe it was an off year for them. We're working to get those details, but we don't have a lot of them right now.
We also do know that animal cruelty is a misdemeanor in Idaho.
Yes, it is.
All right, thank you very much, Aspen.